I'm ready.
Hello, SNA assassinator. Sorry about that. I think I passed my limit right there, and it just cut off right there. Like I was having some, and besides, I was also having some very connecting difficulties. So yeah, it was not much of a surprise that happened right there. But we're gonna get to we'll get into back to the segment with Ricochet and Will Ospreay. Well, I was just about to say, I'll say versus like if they're about to be in the match. Well, maybe they could like, but we're gonna get into in their backstage segment, which it was. Ricochet telling Will Ospreay's like, I like remember what you said about like,
What was my tiny ball?
where he was like, remember you told me told me about what you just told me, like, yeah, I get some few wins, and he's like, and I've been getting that lately. So, like, how about why not we do this match that we promised each other what we're gonna do? Like, how about we do it very soon? It'll be Will Ospreay versus Ricochet for the International Championship at AEW Dynamite 5. And then it's where Will Ospreay's like, yeah, I like the sound of that. And that's where the Ricochet then also added that that's where he was like I'm gonna show you that who's the true landscape of professional wrestling in the past few years, right? He was like, and yeah, and you may be on a whole nother level, but homie, like I'm still like Ricochet, and I'm out of this world. And then October 7th, like you're gonna be finding out, and October 2nd, like you're gonna be seeing why I am Ricochet, and I'll be seeing you real soon. And this way they show on the graphic that it will indeed be Ricochet and Will Ospreay for the International Championship in 2 weeks from now at their 5th year anniversary. This is where the Ricochet is like, okay, but one more thing, like you, bro. And that's where he walked out of there. This is where it's like sayonara, and this is where then Will Ospreay was like what was that all about, bro? And then this is where then. Well, let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got. Next up, we do have the 6-man tag team match, which it was the main event, which was Will Ospreay and what's his name? Kyle Fletcher. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher teaming with Konosuke Takeshita against the Young Bucks and the Rainmaker. They called the Rainmaker Biscuit Iced Tea Chicken Hotcakes, man. And they came out there. They do have this match. This is where we got the match starting off with where it started off with, it was with Kyle Fletcher and Nicholas Jackson. Where Kyle Fletcher won the grappling battle, but he gets Irish whip right in the top corner. But it's where he shoulder tackles him. That's where he then got going into the left ropes. Bottom and then upper, like with him, where we can see Nicholas Jackson start going for slide ducks, leapfrogs, try to go for a clothesline, but this is where he dodged out of it. This is where he dip him right to the top of the rope. He gets tagged in by Kyle Fletcher. This is where they double Irish whip Nicholas Jackson. This is where they bend his both sides of his legs, with Kyle grabbing the right leg while Will Ospreay grab onto the left leg of Nicholas. Is where he pins on the ouch. Like, let's hope that he's not planning on starting a family very soon if he has a wife just like his brother. Because it's probably not going to be happening like in the next couple of weeks. But it's where then we got. This is where we got the man that definitely won't be starting a family anytime soon, and is none other than the Biscuit Iced Tea Chicken Hotcakes man, the Rainmaker, the one that he can control the weather, Kazuchika Okada. And I was like, and if he can control the weather, I want to see you do it by jumping right up on the clouds and telling them to rain all over the town. But this is where Kazuchika Okada was too lazy to continue to call his opponents the B-bomb, which that's very terrible. Like, you should not be teaching nobody that it's cool to say the word biscuit iced tea chicken hotcakes. But it's where we got it's where Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay with face to face. This is where Will Ospreay's like, so we made it again, but this time we're gonna be doing it in the AEW ring. And then this is where Okada's like, I guess so. And this is where then they start spinning it around. This is where then we got Yes, we both got Osprey and Okada to start grappling. This is where we got Okada to the right side. This where then we got That's where then Osprey's like, okay, I'm on the ropes. Like you won this war or won this battle. I mean, this where the referee was counting like 1, 2, 3. This where he's like, all right, like. And this is where then we got Will Ospreay kicks him right in the gut. This is where Kazuchika Okada tried to go for a headlock. This is where he's trying to go for a headlock. This is where Orange Cassidy gets right to the right, to the left. This is where he gets shoulder tested by Okada. But Will Ospreay was not intimidated. He got kicked right back up. We see that a little bit. Training. This is where we got Will Ospreay then try to go for an Irish whip right to the Kazuchika Okada on the right side. This is where he countered him instead on the right side. This is where he got Kazuchika Okada then hit the Hurricane Rana right onto Will Ospreay. This is where then we got. This is where then Will Ospreay then grab onto Okada. This is where he then. This is where he gives a quick chest slap tag right onto Konosuke Takeshita. This is where Konosuke Takeshita was like, "What you just did to me?" He was like, and that's where what's the name? Will Ospreay was like, "You think what you just think what I did," and then this is where then we got Okada was the instigator into the matter, and then pushes Will Ospreay right onto Konosuke Takeshita, making it worse, making the situation worse than it already became. Like with them already enough being not on the same page. This is where we got. This is where we got Konosuke. This is where the Kazuchika Okada and. That's where they try to come in and charge along with Nicholas Jackson to Will Ospreay and what's his name, Konosuke Takeshita. But luckily, they went on the same page to fight off the Elite along with Kyle Fletcher. But them beating the daylight out, I was like, yeah, you take care of them suckers. Is where then they did so. But until the tables turn for the next second is where they body slam the faces. Well, the two faces and one heel, I guess you could say. But Okada and what's his name? Okada and the Young Bucks hitting their springboard senton with Okada do the arm wave, and then the Young Bucks do the flexing muscles kind of jig. Like what they always do as the new version of the Elite is where luckily Ospreay, Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher got back up, got attacked from behind, Irish whipped the 3. This is where the slid. This is where they did the pose right out there. And I was like, really? Along with when Ospreay and Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher was thinking the same thing. They're like, they really did this pose right here. Like, but that's what it was like. But luckily, they don't know what we are going to be doing. This is where they turned around and they get the baseball sliding kick on the them. This is where Ospreay and Takeshita and Fletcher was like, how about we do our own poses? This is where Ospreay was like, yeah, maybe, but how about we just do a crossbody? This is where fans are continuing to chant for Ospreay. And that's where it's like, and that's what I'm talking about. This is where he gave a ginormous high five right onto one fan in the audience. This is where Ospreay to tell Takeshita, all right, let's go. Like we need to get back on the same page. And he's like, now send bitch man right back in the ring. Well, he didn't call him bitch man, like yours truly, but I'm just putting my own style of what he was saying. But it's where then he sent him right back in the ring, and this is where the Alpha started getting his turn, beating the hell out of, give him a little bit of a preview what they're going to be doing if they do have their Continental Championship match in the future. And I was cheering on Konosuke. I was like, come on, I continue to beat the sugar honey iced tea out of him. Beat the hell out of this stupid man that only knows the horrible name on purpose, like making it like that it's his own name and making it his own word, I should say, and trying to make it cool, but it's nothing cool about saying that word because that's a terrible word. But yeah, this is where we got until he tags in Kyle Fletcher. This is where Kyle Fletcher took over with Okada tagging in one of the Young Bucks, which I believe was Matthew Jackson. But this is where his brother Nicholas Jackson got in the phase, and then he got in the fray, but not for long because Kyle Fletcher stacked them right on top of each other, right into the bottom corner left side of the turnbuckle. That's where he started hitting repeated insecurity kicks, and that's where Well, first it was the Matthew, then it was Nicholas. The second time he brainbuster Nicholas. This is where he tried to go for a cover, but this is where he immediately kicks out. Well, not in the immediate time, but he kicks out right afterwards at 2.6. But this is where Kyle Fletcher was like, "Come on!" Like, that could have been something. Like, but this is where Kyle Fletcher was like, "Okay, like no fuss." This is where then he try to go for a tombstone pile driver, but where he gets torpedo kick right to it by Nicholas. This is where they both felt it. This is where Okada was like, and where then we got Okada gets tagged in. This is where Okada Okada got the offense over Kyle. This is where he tried to go for that neck break, the neck breaker maneuver where he grabbed on his legs and put it right in the back of his head. This is where then, but this is where then he kicked. This is where then we got Kyle Fletcher start elbowing him, start trying to counter. This is where he hits the right hand, but he ends up getting hit with a European uppercut right in response. This is where we got Kyle Fletcher ducks out of a clothesline from Okada. This is where he hit the spinning Kanoku driver. This is where both men were down. This is where we got Will Ospreay, both Ospreay and Takeshita were trying to ask to tag one of them in. Like, come on. This is where Will Ospreay was like, tag me in. And this is where Konosuke was like, no, like, tag me in. This is where he got tagged in after pushing Ospreay out of the way. Kyle Fletcher had no choice to tag him. That's where he hit the forearm right to the bitch man that thinks he can control the weather, which Okada hits a forearm strike right back onto the Alpha, but the Alpha hits an exploder suplex, sends him right to the bottom left side, hits him with a flying Superman forearm right to the face. This is where we got Takeshita sent with Okada down right to the bottom right side, hits a brain buster right onto the Rainmaker. This is where then we got Takeshita right in the middle of this, where he was like, I make some noise here. To the crowd. This is where he hits a senton, but this is where Okada immediately kicks out with the left shoulder up at 2.8. This is where then we got Konosuke Takeshita like, no problem at all. I got an idea, like come here, bitch, man. Well, he did not say that, but this is where he was about to hit the least most devastating move in all of pro wrestling, what Simon would like to call it, because he was arguing with Konosuke to catch him right into the gut. This is where we got right onto the ringside area. This is where we got Okada. Then Irish whips Matthew Jackson first, but this is where Takeshita sent it right to the bottom corner side. While we got no, it was Nicholas first. He sent him to the bottom side while Takeshita lifted up Matthew right to the right side when he was coming the second time. But that's where then we got Okada trying to come in and go for a splash, but it's where Takeshita was already long gone, and this is where he gets hit with a Pele kick right into the head. Here's where they made a huge mistake right on, with the Young Bucks hitting the wrong man. In my eyes, I call it the right man to hit, because I think every single wrestler on AEW should give their share of beatings. I would say. I wouldn't expect the Young Bucks to do that, though. But this is where we got Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay came in and hit a forearm strike right onto the Young Bucks, like in the payback, right onto their future opponents for next week's Dynamite. But this is where Ospreay, both him and Kyle sent him right to the upper left side. Ospreay hit him with a back elbow while what's his name? Kyle Fletcher was like, shout, Ozzy, and hit a forearm elbow strike right into the face, right on to Okada. But Takeshita picked him right up, and a fireman's carry hitting that Kenning, Kenning Blant with both Ospreay, Takeshita, and Takeshita, what's his name? Takeshita, Ospreay, and Kyle Fletcher doing it at the same time. This is where we got Takeshita going for the pin, and they would have got away with it sooner if it wasn't for the Meddling Brothers. They came in and went for the save. This is where we got Takeshita trying to go for a double clothesline to get him out of there, but he end up getting double super kick. But this is where Konosuke Takeshita hit the double clothesline, like how yours truly did to them on Fight Forever. This is where this is where he turned around. This is where we got Kazuchika Okada hit the double missile drop kick onto the Alpha. This is where both men were down. This is where we got what did Okada did? This is where Kazuchika Okada did was like was right up on the top corner ropes. This is where, like, when both were down, this is where he's like, I cannot move my body no more. Like, come over here, Konosuke. This is where Konosuke was like, okay, like, yeah, you're gonna be sorry for asking me to come over here, but this is where he gets caught by the Rainmaker with that Alabama slam like neck breaker maneuver, like where he finally found it, what he was trying to do to Kyle Fletcher, but he got it guaranteed, even though it wasn't to the former the former the ROH television champion in Aussie, like, but it was still like it still occurred like to this match to anybody that's the legal man, and that was Konosuke Takeshita at the time. This is where he tried to go over a pin, but Takeshita luckily kicked out at 2.7. This is where Okada's like that should not have happened. Like that should have been a 3. This is where we got him tagging in Nicholas Jackson at it, turned to beat up Konosuke Takeshita. Then he tags in his brother. And this is where they eventually then tagged in Okada. This is where they did the three-way flip off to the fans, like with them doing this, and then they flipped the bird right on every single member that was attending tonight's AEW Dynamite Live. This is where then Okada was. That's where we got. But this is where the Young Bucks then try to go for like a double team onto the Konosuke, perhaps the TK driver. I didn't know for sure because they failed to even attempt to do the maneuver. This is where Konosuke Takeshita the elbow strike right to the face of Nicholas Jackson and right on the Matthew Jackson until when he tried to go for a second time, however, this is where he dodged out of the way. He tried to go for a German suplex, but this is where we got Konosuke Takeshita counter out of it. This is where he made him hold on to his brother. This is where this is where he hit the double German suplex onto both of the current AEW Tag Team Champions. This is where we got Takeshita like, I'm on fire now. This is where he tried to tag in Ospreay, but this is where he knew he got ruined by the bitch, man, like everything else. But this is where he gets kicked right into the corner. This is where he tags in Will Ospreay. Ospreay then was on a roll, like not only taking out one man, but like all 3 of the men that were in this match until Will Ospreay tried to go for a pin after hitting a very impressive moonsault. This is where he only got like a 2 point, I'll say maybe like a 2.6 count, but this is where he tried to go for Os Cutter. But this is where he did not realize that it was the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada. Like when he caught him right in the air, this is where he picks him right up. Or no, he put him right into a back to belly position. This is where he tried to go for the Rainmaker, but this is where Will Ospreay ducks out of the way. But he gets double super kick, and that was starting to give me flashback when I was fighting him in the double team on Fight Forever. But this is where then we got what's his name? Kazuchika Okada tried to go for suplex. No, he flattened Ospreay down right onto the top rope on the right side to help Nicholas on the upper right corner top rope. Double foot stomp onto Ospreay, which helped what's his name dip him right into what's his name Matthew Jackson. That he hit the power bomb. That's where if he would have gotten away with this win if it wasn't for his meddling friends. His meddling friend and his friend's friend, or his friend's family member of the Don Callis family, or whatever you want to call it. But this is where we got. But it's where they give some innovative offense right onto Nicholas Jackson, right on with Konosuke and Kyle Fletcher. And Okada took care of Takeshita, while what's his name, Nicholas Jackson took care of Kyle Fletcher. But it's where the Young Bucks try to go for like a double team maneuver onto the aerial assassin, but he started hitting some leg strikes until he missed Nicholas Jackson right onto the right. But it's where he then went right to the right side, but he gets cartwheel kick right up in the air. Just where we got both Nicholas and Matthew Jackson start hitting their respective super kicks onto the AEW International Champion until they hit them with the double. They would keep taking turns, going for super kicks until they go for a double one, and this looked like you're about to win. But but still Ospreay barely survived and got the shoulder up at the last second of 2.999999999 double triple 9 minus 0.1 away from being 3. Like it was, he was pretty much untouchable in this match. This is where Matthew Jackson like, are you kidding me? Like, we put away a lot of people with this maneuver. This is where they try to go for the EVP trigger, but luckily his best friend Kyle Fletcher was there to stop the madness, sending Matthew Jackson right on the outside in the process. That's where we got this is where we got Will Ospreay was right up in the upper right side. This is where we got. And where we got Kyle Fletcher Irish whipping Nicholas right onto Ospreay. This is where Ospreay dodges out of the way, so Kyle Fletcher hit the insecurity kick right there. This is where we got what's his name? Will Ospreay got him in a double underhook maneuver, but I thought he was going to go for the Tiger Driver 91, but he lifted him up right in the air for Kyle Fletcher to pick him up. He hit him with the sit-out spine buster right in the process. That's where the Will Ospreay tried to go for a cover, but it's where he got disrupted, and he would have gotten away with this a little more sooner than he actually did if it wasn't for that meddling bitch man, of course, which it was the same one that think he can control the weather. But it's where then we got what's his name? What's his name? Kyle Fletcher sent Okada right into the top corner side. This is where we got Ospreay tagging in Kyle. This is where Kyle then was trying to do one of his finishers. This is where he finally picked one. This is where he tried to go for the tombstone pile driver. But this is where he gets countered by Matthew Jackson. This is where he tried to go for a back to belly maneuver, but he counters and tried to go one of his own. But this is where luckily Nicholas Jackson was there for Matthew. That pushes him right into the upper right side corner turnbuckle. He gets the insecurity kick by what's his name? By Nicholas, but this is where they try to go for a tornado DDT. But it's where we got It's where Nicholas Jackson tried to go for tornado DDT to Kyle Fletcher, but this is where we got Will Ospreay coming in to save today, lift him up and kick his big brother Matthew right onto the bottom corner side, and this is where then he gets super kicked right to the face by Kyle Fletcher. This is where we got Will Ospreay still got him right into a power slam, but it's where he lifted him up in the air so Kyle Fletcher can hit a flying tornado DDT right on to him. But this is where Kazuchika Okada try to go for that's where Okada go for a boot to Ospreay. This is where Kyle Fletcher tried to stop the Rainmaker, but this is where he gets flapjacked by him. This is where we got Kazuchika Okada then hit the drop kick right on to Takeshita that was trying to go for a clothesline, but this is where he sent him right to the they nearly sent him on the out, but he was not done yet, so he picked him right back up, tried to go for a Rainmaker, but luckily Takeshita ducks out of the way. He hits him with the least most devastating move in all of professional wrestling that he was arguing with Simon Miller about, and that was the Blue Thunder Bomb, telling him it's going to work. Well, it did work in a way like to put him down, but not to put him away for the 3 count, though. So yeah, it was a mystery, like what it could have been if Okada was the legal man. But this is where Konosuke Takeshita then went right to the right corner side, hits that cannonball dive right onto him. This is where we got Nicholas Jackson and the moonsault onto him. This is where then we got Matthew Jackson with Kyle Fletcher. But this is where Kyle Fletcher was playing possum with them, like when they tried to go for the TK driver. This is where a lot of fans were booing him. They're not doing it. This is where we got Konosuke Takeshita foot right out of it, pushes Matthew right to his brother Nicholas, knocking him down into the left corner side. This is where Kyle Fletcher finally hits his finishing maneuver, which is called the twisting tombstone pile driver. Spinning around, he got the guaranteed, and then this is where he tried to get the 1, 2, 3 with the referee counting almost a 3, but unfortunately, Matthew's little brother Nicholas came in and meddled once again, like if he's Britney Spears. But anyway, this is where we got. Where we got Matthew then try to go for a super kick, but this is where Kyle Fletcher grab onto his leg. He's like, you think I was going to fall for that? This is where he bowed his head down so he can give enough room for Will Ospreay to come in and hit his finisher, which was the hidden blade, by hitting his back elbow right into the face onto Nicholas Jackson. This is where Ospreay's like, he was like, great job, Kyle. Like, thank you for giving me some room so I can hit him with that maneuver. This is where we got Kyle Fletcher. Then the help. Will Ospreay got what's his name up like in a double pump handle position right onto what's his name to Matthew Jackson. They hit them with that. there's cardiolist, which that's what they call it. This is where Kyle Fletcher finally go for a pin again, and this time he was successful getting the 1, 2, 3 with the roughly counting the 3 seconds to get the win for the team. And the winner of this match, 2/3 of the United Empire, and Konosuke Takeshita. And humongous congratulations on this match. And yeah, I give this the number one best match of the night, right? Because it was definitely a show stealer, totally the main attraction of the AEW Dynamite for tonight. But yeah, this is where Don Callis, of course, tried to come in and celebrate with them. I was like as much as I like Kyle Fletcher and I'm starting to like Takeshita again, but with him hating Okada as much as SNA does, but I still do not trust Don Callis. Like, he's still a manipulative bastard, and I'm not trying to use such foul words, but that's what he is. He's nothing but a foul word. Like, that's the point of what I'm making here about Don Callis. So yeah, he's still untrusted like that, but that'll be a different problem for a different day. But as long as he's allowing Takeshita and them to beat the hell out of Okada, I'm not going to stop them. Well, either way, I still cannot stop them because I'm nowhere near them, obviously. But yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like, I'm gonna like this from Don Callis, and Konosuke Takeshita of trying to take out the bitch man. But that's where we got. This is where then he started shaking hands onto the two Don Callis family members and to Will Ospreay, saying you may not be you may not part of the family, but I thank you so much for helping us get this win, and also helping me do this favor of getting Kyle Fletcher becoming your chances of becoming AEW Tag Team Champions with you or whatnot. This is where Will Ospreay's and I want to give a handshake to you, Mr. Takeshita. This is where Takeshita then shove him right to the face. This is where Don Callis don't mind him. All it matters is we won. And now you're just about 1 week away of becoming AEW Tag Team Champions. Which is hundreds and hundreds of hours away. And it's where Will Ospreay's okay, I guess that's all that matters. With this finally becoming AEW Tag Team Champion, this is where Konosuke Takeshita while Austin Fletch are going to go after the Bucks, I'm coming after you, Okada. And I was if anybody hates the Rainmaker as much as Super Ninja Austin does, it's definitely a friendo of his. But anyways, yeah. That's where then Okada was picking up Matthew Jackson. They were heading back on the back. That's how AEW ended in such a satisfying way. And I'm giving AEW Dynamite tonight nothing too exciting, but at the same time, this was still pretty good. The perfect way to book this tonight's show for being a random episode. So I'll give it about 4.5 stars, even though they were missing a couple of things, one of them being a particular champion. Well, I'm not going to get into that at this time, but yeah. But that's the only problem I have with it, and maybe they did a little botch on the little technical difficulties on the video package with Nigel McGuinness, but I don't take no grudge about it. That's why I'm getting 4.5 stars. But if they had this particular champion on tonight's AEW Dynamite, we haven't seen in a couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, we probably haven't seen him since AEW All Out, but that's all I'm going to say for now. But if they did have them tonight, I would not have the problem, and I would have gave this a perfect 5 stars. But it's going to be 4 stars because they were missing that said person. So I'm just going to put it like that. I know it's a little crazy and it's a little stupid. That's the reason why I'm giving them 4.5 and not 5. But this is my video. I picked the rules on how I thought about the shows. I thought they did but other than that, I thought they did a total tremendous job. and I hope they continue putting on some great shows with great matches and segments and quality and etc. But yeah, next week will be AEW Grand Slam. I'm gonna promise you guys I'm gonna be making a review on that as well. Like, but Bryan Danielson taking on Nigel McGuinness, the first time since 2008, like over 16 years ago. And also we got John Moxley taking on Darby Allin. Winner gets to face Bryan Danielson for the AEW Championship, perhaps at Dynasty. And then not only that, we also heard that Ricochet will be facing Will Ospreay for the AEW International Championship on the AEW Dynamite 5-year anniversary show. And yeah, that those 2 weeks are going to be very fantastic. I just hope that they do have. I hope that they do have the champion there as well. Well, I'm not sure why I even mentioned that in the first place, but yeah, like I thought I might just say that, just adding this onto the video. Like with me, being as a fan of this said wrestler, like I not being that much of appreciative of not seeing them on television, but yeah, that's that you assassinators need to know from the Fightful Selectical, along with the Thursday Night Football review video, where I'm gonna be talking about what exactly went down between the New England Patriots against the New York Jets live at the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, like where Aaron Rodgers is going to lead the New York Jets, taking on the quarterback on the New England Patriots, which is Matt Jones, I believe. Yeah, I guess that's the new Tom Brady, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking about who's gonna be the winners of the games. Like I need to see who's exactly got the winning and losing advantages. But I'm gonna be doing that as soon as I get done recording this video, which I'm gonna be doing right now. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all are having a very wonderful a wonderful Wednesday night, and I'll see you guys on the next video with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye, my assassinators. Y'all take care and have a super awesome night, and we'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye, assassinators, for now.